This is Dave Pomeroy with NBM National Business Media.
Greg Brown with All We Do.
This is Isabella Penterick with Solid Stitch Embroidery.
Mark Vasilantone with Vastix International.
And you are listening to the Two Regular Guys
Podcast.
Hosted by Terry Combs
And Aaron Montgomery.
Love it, love it.
All right. Well, welcome to the show today, everyone. It's Friday, September 21st, 2018. I'm Terry Combs with Equipment Zone, and you can also find me at terrycombs.com.
And I'm Aaron Montgomery, and you can find me at aaronmontgomery.info. Today, we're going to talk with Pete Jr. of New Era Apparel to soak up his enthusiasm. And Peter took home the 2017 Reggie Award for Best Guest last year. So Best Guest on the Two Regular Guys podcast. So back to defend his title and give us some great information, hopefully, here. We're efforting here. We can see and hear him when we were trying to test before, but he can't hear us. So we'll see how this goes.
It's going to be pretty tough to defend that title with we can't get him on.
We'll see how this goes. If somebody does catch this and can get word to Peter, we tried reaching out to him on Facebook, email, and stuff. But tell Pete to refresh, just restart it and see if that fixes it there, because for some reason he's not hearing us. But this is how we do it. This is how the live show goes, Terry. So nothing new here. Yeah, definitely. But a couple quick news items here, Terry. Sanmar donates more than $125,000 to a youth organization. So I thought that was pretty cool, worth mentioning here. Sanmar recently partnered with the Why Not You Foundation to donate $126,100 to Friends of the Children, a national youth organization with 13 locations across the country and in the UK, committed to breaking the cycle of generational poverty through mentoring. The Why Not Foundation, which encourages and motivates the next generation of leaders, was founded in 2014 by Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson. Sanmar employees at the company headquarters in Issaquah, Washington, and its 8 distribution centers across the country donated to the cause with raffle tickets, food sales, wine tastings, sales, Sanmar products, and more. And the company matched that donation. So we'll get a link to that article up in the show notes there. I thought that was cool. We're going to have Monty Mims on in not too long to talk a little bit about the distribution of Garment World. So I'm looking forward to that. What about you, Terry?
Well, Aaron, the Women in Print Alliance stresses empowerment at the 2018 SGIA Expo, and that's around the corner next month. And the Specialty Graphic Imaging Association, SGIA, has finalized the agenda and featured speakers for its Women in Print Alliance breakfast. And that's going to be hosted by Stahl CEO Carlene Gray, and she's going to introduce key speaker Kathy Corbin Frey, the founder of Hot Mamas Project.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
That's a great name. Breakfast is going to be held on October 19th at 7:30 to 9 a.m. there at SGI in Las Vegas. And Aaron, you and I are going to be attending the Garment Decorators Luncheon. And is that the night? It's whatever day it is.
Yeah, we'll get to that here in a second. It's a little further down the show notes, but
I jumped way ahead, didn't I? I apologize.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah, that's exciting stuff. SJA is just around the corner, so that's going to be a great event. In fact, we've been talking with I've been talking with Christine Shreve a little bit, and probably going to end up being early next year, but I think we want to ask her to kind of guest host a show and kind of do a women in the industry kind of show, and we'll just turn it over to them. I think we could use a little femininity on this show from time to time, but we won't get any of that today. But all right. Well, stay tuned to the end of the show. 5 things. Actually, Eric Campbell has gave us a list that I'm going to read off of things to help make your class or seminar better. So I think it's a good list of information. So we'll check that out.
Well, and Aaron, I hope that I get through that because as you know, I'm in our Equipment Zone's Tempe, Arizona office right now because as soon as the show ends, I'm actually going to run out the door, run over to the classroom, and start one of those 2-day classes. So, well, maybe I'll read these off to everybody before we start up. But hey, we want to thank everybody for listening. We're really pleased to bring you this weekly show since February 2013. 2013 anyway, and this is our 6th season. We always avoid those rants and lectures, and we would love for you to visit our webpage at 2 regularguys.com. Check out all the show notes, like today's notes, hopefully, previous podcasts, and anytime anybody mentions a website or any link, we always have it up there for you. We're also looking for suggestions for future shows, and you can do that through our Contact Us page. And we're also all over social media at 2 regular guys. If you are watching this show live right now on Facebook Live, we would love to have your comments, your insights, your questions, your suggestions. We'd love to have you participate in today's show.
Yeah, definitely. And just a quick note on that, if you're commenting and we're not interacting with you, there's a good chance that you may are catching this on a shared version of the video. So the only comments that we see based on Facebook's rules and regulation are the comments that come directly from our Facebook page. So facebook.com/2 regular guys. So just get over to that page and scroll down to the videos and you'll find it there. So anytime it's shared in a group or a post somewhere else, those comments only stay there. So just a funny little Facebook thing, but that's the way it works with this software. And if anybody can track down Pete, hopefully we can get him to refresh and hopefully connect with him here in just a second. We're still working on that, but we'll get it figured out.
He is sitting there at his desk waiting to talk. So, but Aaron, we mentioned SGIA about a dozen times already in the show. So let's hear a word from our sponsor, SGIA, the Specialty Graphic Imaging Association, and a comment about their upcoming SGIA Expo.
Of course. We will hear that in just a moment. All sorts of fun stuff this morning here. So let's try that one more time. There we go. There we go.
Hi, this is SGI's Dan Marks, inviting you to attend the SGI Expo in Las Vegas this October. We're going to show you what's on the horizon, with more than 500 exhibitors showing the latest in dye sub, screen, embroidery, DTG, and more. We have 72 educational sessions, including a garment decoration track, and a special luncheon just for garment decorators. Registration is free through September 19th. Learn more at sgia.org/expo2rg.
All right. So there we go. I don't know if that came through, Terry. Did we get that to work? Okay.
It did indeed.
Apologize. Of course, as we're trying to hunt everything else down, then all of a sudden my iPad decided it didn't want to work anymore. So good technology. Love it. But as Dan Marks mentioned there, you want to get over to sga.org/expo2rg, and want you to make sure that you get registered for the expo and register for the luncheon, the garment decorating luncheon that's coming up. $30 for seats to that. Terry, you and I are going to be there. I went last year. Probably the best $30 you'll ever be able to spend. The networking is second to none. I mean, anybody in the garment decorating world is going to be there. And they're also going to have a great speaker. Ricardo Crispo is going to be the speaker at the garment decorating lunch. He's the former chief creative at 20th Century Fox, as well as at Mattel before that. So really inspiring guy. You don't want to miss this luncheon. And it's really easy. Just as you're signing up for the expo, just buy your tickets for the luncheon there.
Yeah, Aaron, speaking of Ricardo Crespo, he's also the keynote speaker for the upcoming ThreadX 19 happening February 17th through 19th, 2019 in San Diego, California. And the speaker list this year is amazing. So if you missed 2018, you cannot miss 2019. And two regular guys are going to be road tripping again this year from Phoenix to check out speakers like Ricardo, Benny Gold, a San Francisco-based streetwear brand and boutique, keynote speaker Aaron Draplin, who is a design wizard, And if you register early enough, you can sign up for a hands-on workshop with him. And ThreadX registration is at threadxconference.com. And of course, that'll be on our website. But Aaron, you and I were there last year, and it was an amazing event. And we described it as those people who missed Woodstock, because for our industry, this was Woodstock.
Yeah. No, it totally was. And, I was actually talking to Jamian over at SGI the other day, and, I mentioned that to him, that we all kind of felt like that. But then, as I look at the speakers coming up for this year's ThreadX, holy crap, Woodstock 2. Woodstock could not pull off 2 of these things, and I think we're going to do it.
I have a feeling all the folks that heard about it last year are definitely going to be there this year. I've certainly heard that buzz all year long that how many people missed it. So
yeah, and San Diego, holy cow, San Diego's my favorite city in the whole wide world. So
it is a fabulous place, especially in February.
Yeah. All right, well, we're still efforting here, so hopefully we can. I don't know, for some reason Peter's connection is just not working right now. I'm not sure where it's at, where the trouble's at. So maybe a refresh or jumping on a computer there or something. So Terry, what are we going to do here for just a moment while we get this connected?
Well, Aaron, we could jump to the end and talk about our upcoming events.
Why don't you do that? And while you're doing that, I'm going to see if I can get things sorted out on the other end here. So,
all right.
Yes, Terry, tell us what's going on. What's coming up?
Well, let me tell you what's going on with me. Actually, I just mentioned this earlier, that I'm going to be starting off the DTG Academy for Equipment Zone right here in Tempe, Arizona. We did one a few months ago out in New Jersey, New York City area, at Equipment Zone's home office, and it was a pretty exciting event and lots of fun. And we're getting ready to start up now. I'm actually looking at my office window here, and I can see people starting to come in for the event and head over to our classroom. So DTG Academy in Phoenix, and be sure and check the Equipment Zone website for upcoming events. The new calendar is going to be going up for those academies soon, so you can check into that at equipmentzone.com. And to wrap up September for me, I'm going to be doing a free DTG all-day seminar next week in Fort Worth. So I'm going to be doing the event I'm doing right now for the next 2 days. Do some laundry, head to the airport at the beginning of the week for that. That's going to be on the 26th, September 26th, and then I'll be exhibiting with Equipment Zone there September 27th through 29th in Fort Worth. And you don't want to miss the Fort Worth show if you're anywhere within driving or you've got some airline miles you want to use. That is a great trade show, the ISS Fort Worth show. You can find out about that show at issshows.com. 3 S's there in the middle. October 13th through 14th, I'm going to be presenting my complete screen printing business course with Atlas Screen Supply, but in their Nashville location. That's going to be the second time we do the event there. If you're interested in getting into one of these screen printing classes, do it early because they do sell out. October 27th and 28th, I'll be doing the same class at Workhorse Products here in Phoenix, and it's cooling off now. It was just 100 yesterday, so it's spring for us, or as I always like to say, summer, uber summer. We're coming into summer now. So I actually talked to someone yesterday, Aaron, who told me he goes, I was in the pool, we're closing it down. I'm like, yeah, we don't do that.
No closing of the pools.
Aaron, I've also scheduled all my classes for Atlas Screen Supply for 2019. Workhorse Products is scouring through my available weekends right now to pick dates for next year as well. And as soon as Workhorse gets their dates picked, I'll get that all up on my website, which is terrycombs.com. You can click on tour dates for all of my upcoming events. Right now, it's only through 2018, but I'm thinking about a week or so, we'll start filling in dates for all of next year.
Okay.
So, Aaron, how are we doing on our?
We're still efforting here. Sorry, I've got you solo because I'm down here typing away. So, he's got it connected, but for some reason it's just not coming through. I got a blank screen over here, so I've ping tech support as well, and just
And Aaron,
ask-
I'm not going to blame you, but I did have to do my whole setup, move everything to this office. I got all ready to go, and then you sent me a message saying, "Hey, let's try something new today."
that did not happen though. I scrapped that, and
Right,
so
you
we're
did
back to
scrap it,
normal.
right.
So I did scrap that. I was
With
going to
15
have
minutes to spare.
the green screen going on, but couldn't get the sound to work out. So
It looked pretty awesome, but
yeah. I took some video of some blankets coming off of a rotary press yesterday, and I was going to have that streaming behind me, but instead just get the normal backdrop. So, and then
I
you
think
got your nice backdrop too.
I know. Well, at least it's not the my desk in the background and a couple of doors, and but we could do like the show Whose Line Is It Anyway, where they do the green screen in the background, but you sitting in front of it don't know what it is.
Ooh,
and I have
that
to
would be
describe
fun.
it to you, and you have to guess.
Oh, that would be really good. That'll be a good time to test out that technology. Like I said, I just got to get the sound. This is what I normally do. I get in these things, and I'm so first and foremost, I'm not the most technically inclined guy. I'm a trier. I test things, and I normally end up probably wrecking things more than I fix things. But I love testing and trying things. So once I started playing with this green screen thing, I did a whole bunch of research, posted on Facebook groups, et cetera, and I think I actually did this on the eve of my birthday, and I stayed up until 3 a.m. playing with it until I finally got it to work. And I was so proud of myself, but I was so exhausted the next day.
Well, for any of our listeners out there, I'm going to tell you: be the trier. Don't be the one who investigates it to death and never actually does it. So
Yeah.
I'd rather like our regular listeners know we have occasional technical difficulties, but you know what? We just throw it out there.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to even throw our link up on the here. If anybody else wants to jump in there, maybe Peter can grab it from there. Let's see if that actually goes up though. There. Okay. I'm going to put that up on the screen, and Pete, maybe just click on that link from the computer there, and but you can click on it from the comment section. Anybody else wants to join us? Let's just have some fun today, Terry. Let's do it. Let's get some other people in here, and
as long as I get out of here before the top of the hour.
Okay, that's well. At this rate, it's going to be a lot before the top of the hour.
Plenty of time to set up. Hey, Aaron, we didn't mention it yet at the top. I know we're holding it to the end, but we're going to be doing our show live next week at the Fort Worth show, and the folks at Impressions Magazine, which is the parent company to the ISS shows, they're going to have a cocktail hour, and it's going to be the second day of the show, 4:00 in the Impressions booth. And anybody who's going to be in Fort Worth and would like to say a few words on the show, this is your chance. We love to interview our listeners, and we'll certainly be grabbing some of the industry folks as well and pulling them over to the booth. It's not very hard to pull the folks to the booth anymore since they started serving free beer and wine. I think
you think it's see, I thought it was because they wanted to come see us, but apparently,
I was going to throw in, I think it's because of our growing popularity, but I don't know, free beer.
You don't think so? You do think it is the free beer? Then it's not.
I think that the
entertainment of the stupidity of us.
I think it's the double whammy.
Terry said, "Jump out of your comfort zone." Yes, I leap out massively all the time.
Well, Aaron, I had somebody call me up one time, and she said, "Hey Terry, I know you do the screen printing classes. I was there 3 years ago, and I'm actually getting out of the business. I want to sell my equipment. I thought maybe if you brought it up in your class, maybe somebody would like to buy it." And I said, I'd be happy to do that. I'm sorry that you're leaving the business, but and she goes, "Well, make sure you tell them all the equipment's brand new." And I'm like, "Brand new? What? How could it be brand new if you've been in business for 3 years?" And I said, "What have you been doing for 3 years?" And she said, "Market research." Really? Market research?
And you had equipment that you purchased, man.
Oh,
Somebody's
and
got a lot of extra money laying around, apparently.
exactly. Oh, well, yeah. And so, of course, I brought it up in class, and somebody got up, walked out of the back of the class, came back in 5 minutes later, and said, "I bought it all." But and of course, she had top of the line. Everything was top of the line. But it was more talking about it than doing it. And then I had another student one time. He raised his hand at the beginning of the class and said, I just couldn't wait. I knew that I was coming to this class, but I've got a buddy that needed 150 sweatshirts with a 4-color print on them. And I thought, I'm just going to give it a try. And he said, it took me 300 sweatshirts to get 150 sellable sweatshirts. But, I admire that guy way more than somebody that market researches for 3 years. Just get out there.
Yep. Okay. Oh, here we go. I think we're getting close. I can see somebody down there. They have been working their tails off over there. So hopefully Pete doesn't swear at us too much and tell us that we're jerks for making him jump through all these hoops. But I think they're getting close. I can see somebody. I want to make sure that
there's movement out
there's
there.
A young lady that I don't know. So she might get to go live to start us off here. How about that?
Sure.
We're going to put them on and just make this happen. There we go. Hello. How are you?
All right.
Pete, are you back there? Thank you so much. Whoever that nice young lady is.
I don't see them, so go onto my screen so I can see them.
Well, we can see and hear you, sir. Can you hear us?
Yeah, well, you got Jasmine on the computer right now.
Jasmine,
so
thank you so much.
I'm a little bit behind you guys.
Okay. All right. So you'll just have to deal with a little lag, and I do apologize.
I'll just have to use my imagination a little bit, and hopefully we'll get this going,
If anybody can do it, it's you. So I'm not worried about it one bit. Terry says, "Hey, Peter, how are you?"
Hey, Peter.
Hello.
All right. Well, Aaron, let me do a quick intro, okay?
Yeah, please.
Peter Jr. is the CEO and founder of New Era Apparel, based out of Long Island, New York. And Pete Jr. has been running the family business, formerly Baja Man Incorporated, for over 12 years. But he rebranded and launched New Era Apparel after his father passed away in 2017. Pete's passion for creating high-quality products has led him to own one of the fastest-growing screen printing companies in New York, and that's no small feat. And New Era Apparel specializes in screen printing, embroidery, as well as custom cut and sew. And I admire Pete for going and finding the youngest person in the building, because that's what I do when I have technical issues. Does anybody know how to make this work?
Peter, start us off.
Guys. Yeah, we had a little bit of technical difficulty. We were connected earlier, and then when I went to go turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone, turn on off the connection on my phone for data, so maybe we wouldn't get interrupted. Something happened with the feed. I don't know what happened. So, we got to get creative today. I'm on a serious lag between this computer screen and basically I'm talking to myself into a computer. So should be interesting today.
We'll act as mission control, and then we'll just wait for your later response.
Sounds good, my friend. Sounds good.
All right, Peter. Well, start us off. Give us an update of what's new. We had you on in 2017 August timeframe. So tell us what's changed since then.
Absolutely. A lot has changed. Brian's no longer with us. And you know what? It's for the better. We've had some changes here, growing leaps and bounds. So we're doing a lot of printing for professional sports. The Marlins, Oakland A's, New York City Red Bulls, New York City Football Club. Getting a lot of big orders, in the thousands and thousands of pieces. People know that, we're the type of guys, we get it done. Rush jobs, you call us. Multicolored jobs, simulated process, no problem. Pretty much we take on any task. And when I first came on the show, I didn't know where my business was going to be. I had no idea. I knew what I could do, what was being done in the past. Roll the dice and just let it go. And, very proud to say that, we're on the up and up. We've broken every sales record that my dad ever set back with the Baja Man. And, New Era Apparel really is the new era. Aside from just business growing, we've been doing a lot of social media, We've been a lot on Screen Printers Q&A, helping people out, posting live videos, doing some instruction. And it's really been a lot of fun. I get a lot of people every day that thank me. Some people curse at me. Some people hate me. Some people love me. But the whole point of it is when someone messages you and tell you that you inspired them, that's what I'm here to do. And, it's a good way, a good healthy activity for me outside of the business to release my stress. And also, I've made a ton of friends. And shout out to the Paint Bros. I don't know if they're watching because they're probably busy printing, but they know who they are. And I just want to give them a big shout out because part of me being here is because of them and then helping me out and vice versa, man. We're a brotherhood and we stick together, and that's what it's about.
All right. It looks like we did get that shout out there from the Paint Bros right here.
We did. We've got, let's see here. Oh, me and names, Terry, but Richard and Terry Saunders and all sorts of great people checking in here, Pete. So we've got a crew here.
Boys checking in right now. What's going on, Richard? Terry, hello. CMO Supply, great lady, man. Got that Union Ink. We love Union Ink over here at New Era. So.
All right. Well, speaking of ink, let's talk a little screen printing. So what are some of the most popular special treatments on garments you guys are pumping out these days?
Right now, it's bar mitzvah season, big events. So we're doing a ton of metallics every day, glitters, foils. We're printing on bags. Every sort of material that we got to combat, we're printing. And every day it's something different. So we're never just printing T-shirts for the day. It's always tri-blends. It's always tank tops. Again, bags. Sweatshirts that cost a fortune that you can't make a mistake on. And that's really what we're specializing here is, the high color counts and probably the smaller orders, usually between 72 and 200. And a lot of times people see that, we got these big stacks and, that's not an everyday experience as much as I would love it to be. But more of the specialty inks is what we really do here on an everyday basis.
Pete, for screen printers, and you've been doing this, 12 years now, it's a different world for screen printers with all these new fabrics, the tri-blends, things like that. So that a screen printer who's been in business for quite a while, you can't sit on your hands. It's a new world out there. And I tell people in my classes, if you haven't printed a tri-blend yet, you will, because it's the marketplace is demanding a lot of new fabrics, and it takes it's going to take some effort on all of our part as screen printers to learn how to do those things.
Absolutely. And where I find the biggest change is, I know part of it is because I'm running different equipment than my dad did before. He was a manual shop until I came aboard. I always helped him out as a kid. That's known. People know that. I was always at the shop every day after school, helping him out, selling, picking up the phone, washing a screen out, spiffing something. But, when I fully came aboard, we had a goal to get automated. We got automated. Sandy took care of my two machines pretty good. I had to regroup, get back on my feet. And what I've seen happen over the course of me becoming an automated shop is more of the, we're basically going more towards high color counts. Everything is high color counts these days. A lot of people, with the digital department coming out, and I think that has something to do with it, is that people expect you to be able to do an unlimited amount of colors. They have no idea what the business is about. And that's really where the business is really progressing to, is a lot of high color counts. That's what I see on my end. I talked to my buddy the other day about some advice. We're shopping around, trying to finalize some deals on some new equipment. And he's telling me that he's getting orders for one color and no base. So, maybe it's the clientele that I'm dealing with, but I do see that in the business as high color counts. A lot of these blended materials, they're hard to print on. If printers don't have a smoothing screens or, some sort of way to flatten out the ink, these are the changes that people are making. And to be honest, Facebook has helped me grow as a printer. I learned things like low cure additive. maybe really pressured me to go out there and try the smoothing screen, which I did. And these little things really help. It's a difficult business to be in, and not a lot of people are very good at it. A lot of people do it, but a lot of people do not know what they're doing. And it's tough when you're dealing with all these different materials. You have all these different jobs. You got to have inks for everything. And it's not easy. It's not an easy business to be in.
You know, I say all the time, and I've probably said it on this show 100 times, there are lots and lots and lots of screen printers. There aren't very many good screen printers.
Damn right. It's every day I see. The craziest thing I've ever seen is, you guys are going to get a kick out of this. I don't know if you guys are in the Q&A, but you should definitely get in there because it's a lot of entertainment. I mean, I've seen people make dryers out of wood. I've seen people try to cure ink in microwaves. I've seen people think that they can't output film unless you have Accurate. A lot of bad information out there. There's a lot of bad information. And I know me and a few of the other guys out there, we go in there, we help these guys, and that's what it's about. It's about helping people with the good information. And on their end, they have to learn to decipher the good from the bad. You got to do research on your own. And trial and error is the biggest thing. My biggest regret is that sometimes I'm so busy, I don't have time to experiment and do different things that I want to do. And that's what makes you a better printer, is getting out there, making a mistake, fixing the mistake, and that's how you really learn. It's been a pretty cool year, man. It's been a pretty cool year. Like I said, a lot of love, a lot of hate. Either way, my name's going out there, so all the news is good news on my end. Nice.
So, Pete, we were talking a little bit. You've been talking about screen print Q&A, and I want to talk about that information. You kind of talked about, there's lots of good and bad information out there and stuff like that. Give us your take on kind of what's missing from screen print education in our industry. What would you change about the way the information is getting out there, or what information is not being taught that needs to be?
I think that a lot of it is this. We were a mom and pop shop per se for many years. A lot of people forget the get it done mentality. And I'm not talking about getting it done and doing a crappy job and throwing it out the door and hiding shirts in the middle. And anybody who says they don't do that's a liar. Everybody hides a shirt in the middle every now and then. But, it's about getting it done. And I know that it's important to know about EOM. And I know it's important to make sure your screens are coated properly, you're using good inks, your press is dialed in right, you have enough off contact, and all that's fine and dandy. But what I think that people are missing is the sheer fact of learning how to print and the actual art of being able to take a squeegee and making it work for you. And, I have a guy here, his first test was to print on a blown out screen with metallic silver ink. That was his first, and I'm not talking about shimmer, I'm talking about the really thick metallic stuff from International Coating. And the first thing he said to me was, Peter, this screen is bad. Test number 1, you passed it. Test number 2 was the beautiful print he made from a screen that was, probably someone else's trash. And that's the thing. Good printers can make it work with anything. And sometimes it's better. I'd rather see somebody spend money on how to learn how to print. Call someone like me. Go take a class. Learn how to actually print the right way. Use the proper technique and worry about everything after that. Just don't spend money on Accurate. Just don't go out there and buy a $5,000 exposure unit when you don't know how to print. And that's really where I think is a big problem, is that you get this bad information telling people to buy this, and buy this. That's great and all. But the fact of the matter is, if you can't pull that squeegee clean, then all that goes right out the door. And there's no arguing that.
Yeah. And I think it's really an interesting point you make there, Peter, is, a lot of times the education's coming from the people that are selling you stuff. And,
yes.
And that's why I love, obviously Terry is a good friend of mine, but he's not selling screen printing equipment. He's out there teaching screen printing from a place of, hey, let's learn how to screen print like you're talking about. So I think that's a huge point that you make there, and I appreciate you making that on our show here today.
There are guys like out there like, Brian Haynes, Jason LeBlue, Jason Bannock, myself. We've been around the block, and, a lot of times we're giving advice, and, people get upset at us and say, hey, why are you saying that? Why are you being mean? All this stuff. It's like, no, you have to listen to the people that have been around the block, that have been there. Don't just listen to the guy that, throws out the textbook information. That's not going to do you any good. You need guys that are in the shit every day, and excuse my language, but that's the truth. You want people in the war zone giving you advice, because that's the best way you're going to get it. And a lot of these guys that I mentioned, man, I'll reach out to them about something. I'll ask for help. I'm never afraid to admit that I don't know everything. Nobody does. Everybody can learn a little something from everybody, man. And, I would love to see – sorry, the compressor's going off.
No worries. No worries. Yeah.
It's live radio.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, man, I would just love to see more instruction for these beginners of actually how to physically print. And I've invited people out here many times. I'll tell them, hey, listen, give me a live feed. I'll try to help you with the problem. A lot of people are posting, hey, why does my print look like crap? Well, is it your screen? Is it your ink? Is it you're not heating the palette? Is your off contact terrible? Is your technique absolutely horrendous? So you're trying to answer and help somebody on a vague question that you don't have all the information to, and it's very difficult. And these Q&A groups, they're great. I think they're great for a lot of people. My advice is, if you're looking for advice, just do a little bit of research first, so that when we come and help you, you already have a little bit of a background on what we're talking about.
Yeah, they've got to be able to take you step by step through what they're doing, because you're right, there are so many variables. And gosh, if you've been around the block, I must have been around that block so many times that neighborhood watch is calling about a suspicious character. So
speaking about being around the block, let me grab Uncle Tony. Let me get him over here.
Yeah,
I know you guys have pretty good war stories. I know there's a lot of people out there. He's another one, man. Hey, you need to do more videos with Uncle Tony and all that stuff. And, he's helped me out a lot. So I'm just going to be real New York about this. Hey, yo, Tone, get over here.
Hey, while he's coming, tell us a little bit about the live streams that you're doing on Facebook.
Yeah, man. So anyway, I got the idea kind of from one night, man. I was having a beer and I was listening to a song. And I was like, shit, I need to do Facebook Live, and I need to do some stuff. You got to pop in over here on the phone.
All right.
You're not going to be able to see yourself because we're on delay. Okay. So getting back to it, so our other employee, my cousin, Andy D, I was talking to him. I said, hey, man, we need to do these live feeds. Me, you, Uncle Tone, get on there, talk shit, educate some people, and let's have a good old time about it. And I try to do it once a month. I did a white ink special about a month ago. Didn't go as smooth as I would like, but we got a lot of good results. Again, and one of my major points was, hey, everything I was testing was great. You could really use any one of those inks and have success. And that was really my point of doing the feed, was to show people that the variance between different garments, and also how different ink is better on other garments. Not one ink was best on everything. And that was really the goal of the live. And I plan to do, another live soon. We've been very busy, but I want to try to make it a little bit more educational, maybe tone myself down a little bit. But then on the other hand, I go nuts and people, tell me they like it. So who the hell knows, right? It's a crapshoot, but maybe I could get some pointers from you guys, and maybe I could have you guys on with me, man.
Absolutely, I'd love to do that, and I wouldn't change a thing. And we're all about saying, hey, there are technical difficulties, but it was a good show.
All right.
You guys got Uncle Tony now on the feed, right?
We do. Let's do this. Let's get some war stories. These kinds of things fascinate me because, it's all about what happens, when nobody else is in the shop. What is the trials and tribulations? So let's hear it.
You're right here. You're on right there, so you can see the angle. But we're talking to a blank screen right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're all good. We can
Or
see
you
it.
pop in a little bit.
Okay, I'm popping.
Perfect. So, Uncle Tone, tell us some of your best war stories.
But one of my first ones was one time I was printing on, those very fine T-shirts.
Tri-blends.
It was a tri-blend at the time, yeah. And I used a little bit too much glue. And the woman loved the shirts, but she got them home. She went to put one on, and she didn't run a hand through. And she just went to put it on. And, they stick together. So she called me up crying and saying that she can't sell these shirts to her customer because they can't put them on at the bar mitzvah. And I was like, they're not going to put them on at the bar mitzvah. They never do. But, she didn't want to hear that. Then she put her husband on the phone, and he doesn't know anything about printing. And I was just telling him what to do. Then she got back on the phone, yelling and screaming and crying. And that was a good one. And there's another one where I was working with this guy once, and we were fixing up eggs. And, the place was a little messy. And there was one cabinet that had, like, all of these quarts of eggs and some gallons of eggs. And I was doing the 5-gallon buckets. The cabinet was about 7 8 feet high. And the guy was climbing up to get something else and knocked the cabinet down on me. And I was stuck under a cabinet full of ink, and I had ink all over me. That guy is the guy that you're talking to right now.
I was going to say, didn't that happen right across the street?
Yep.
Oh, my God. I forgot about that.
Yes, that was a good one.
Oh, man, I mean, we got some. What about the one customer one time with me? She calls up my dad, and she goes, I had a dream.
Oh,
I had a dream the ink was white and not black. The invoice says black. You approved it. It says black. I had a dream. We already printed the damn shirts. What kind of fucking dream is that? Excuse me. What kind of dream are you having? Like, people are just freaking nuts in this business. It is the most wild business in the world. People expect, I'll get calls 5, 6, 7 times in an hour. Is the job ready? Is the job ready? Is the job ready? Maybe the job would be ready if you let me get to work and stop calling me so many times, just some funny stuff, man. I mean, we've been through it all, whether or not, it's a bleeding order or we're sitting down with a paintbrush, touching up a shirt.
I got a print.
All right, man. I'll catch you after the show. But, yeah, man, I mean, whether or not we're touching up shirts, I'll paint the shirt if I have to match the damn shirt. I will. There's mistakes everywhere. I mean, last week we had a big mistake, 600 pieces. We actually had to reprint the 4-color sleeve manually, cover up. I mean, stuff like this happens in a shop, and thank God I got guys like Uncle Tony, Cholo, Jose. These guys are great, great printers. I'm very blessed. And they can fix a mistake, and that's something a lot of people can't do. Where we had to sit there and manually go over each and every sleeve. Luckily enough, it was a flag, it was a square, and these are things other people don't like to admit. I'm not afraid to admit my mistakes.
Yeah, we all have mistakes. Hey, I have to comment about something else too, because we're listened to all over the country and really all over the world. We have listeners in Israel and everywhere. And when you said it's bar mitzvah season, I'm sure some people around America are going, "What's bar mitzvah season?"
Yeah, man. These parties are, to give you an idea of how big they are. We've had parties where like will.i.am is performing, or they'll fly in an artist to perform. Really, it's a lot different from back in the 80s and 90s where you made a shirt and it said Mikey on it, and instead of Nike, it says Mikey. And, you hand them out at the party. These parties have become giant events. Here in New York, it's a very big thing. And it's spreading out to other states like Miami, LA, but I really don't think that that it's really hit those other states as much as it has here. We're talking $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 parties. We're doing 7 or 8 different logos, different substrates. Like I said, we're doing bags, pants, shirts for boys, shirts for girls, dancer shirts, ballet shirts. There's a shirt for everything. Each and every one is different. It's basically the best way I can describe it is you're doing a clothing line. Every single job, you're doing a mini clothing line. And a lot of times the brokers, they don't order extras. So it's very, you have to be very careful. We usually get about a week in advance. So there's no time for mistakes. And I wish my messenger was here because, man, that guy could tell you some real war stories. Driving all across New York, going to Manhattan, delivering at midnight, going to the Hamptons to $1 million houses, where the butlers are greeting him and all sorts of stuff. And, driving down dirt roads a mile long just to pull up to a mansion. And, this is what we deal with every day. It's a very demanding business. They demand quality. The customers demanding high-end experience, and they want what they want, and they're paying for it. And we deliver the quality, we deliver the goods. So that's what it's about. And my clients can agree with me. I know that they've grown my business, and I've grown theirs for sure.
Well, I live in Scottsdale, Arizona, so we have bar mitzvah season here as well. So, but let's wrap up with some info about on the future of New Era, and also tell our listeners where they can find you guys online and on social media.
Absolutely. Well, you can find us at Instagram, New Era Apparel Corp. You can find us on Facebook, New Era Apparel. We're over in Oceanside, New York, and we're on Twitter, not so much. You can find me on Facebook at Pete Jr. You'll see my picture doing the Hulk Hogan pose as always. And, I'm always on Q&A. For those listening out there that need some help, man, my line is always open to you. You can call my 800 number. You can find us at newerapparel.co. You can find us on Google. Give me a call. Shoot me a message on Facebook. I'm always down to help somebody that needs help. I'm always down for that contract job that you don't want to do yourself. I'm always down to do that job at 2 a.m. in the morning. And getting back to your other question, what's in store for the future, New Era? We got some new toys. Not that many people know about it, but we got some new toys over here. We're getting a few more. So, if you want to see some new toys, check us out on Screen Printing Q&A because that's where I'm going to post it. Or follow me at Pete Jr., New Era Apparel. And, you're going to see what 2019 is going to bring you. We're going to get bigger, we're going to get better, and we're going to get faster. And, hopefully we can do this again soon. Oh, my God, I got to pull this out. Yeah. All right, guys, I bet you guys never seen anything like this before. And I don't mean to get graphic, but I don't know if you know what this is.
Yep.
But this is from the shirts that we sent you.
Yep.
And we got a garbage bag full of them.
Making some more.
So, we're always doing something creative here at New Era. And, that's what it's about, man. It's about having fun. For me, it's about educating people. And in the end, the bottom line is it's all about making that money at the end of the day.
Cool. Pete, awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you working so hard to get on with us and deal with the lag.
Hey, I'm trying to get I still got my cup here. Hold on before you guys let me go.
Oh, perfect. Nice.
Your regular guy's mug.
Yeah. Reggie Winter, man.
Looking forward to battling Eric again. Great guy, by the way. I love Eric. Very great guy. Always been helpful to me in the after the voting and all that stuff has been very helpful. And hey, man, this year I'm coming for your ambassador award, man, because
cool.
I represent this business very, very well with my passion, with my drive to help people out, and certainly nobody can ever say that I don't have a very good work ethic, because there's been times where I'll sleep on that damn folding table, I'll sleep on my blow-up mattress, I'll sleep in my car. Whatever it takes to get done and be successful is what we're about at New Era Apparel.
Nice. All right, Pete. Thank you so much. And yes, we would love to be on with you too. And I'm ready to go run through a wall right now. So thanks for giving me that drive to go forward today.
Hey, man, you guys are great. I love you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are extended family as always, and you know that. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Thanks,
All
Pete.
right.
Well, Aaron,
Terry.
wow.
Awesome. I mean, I'm sweating.
Ready,
This is
I'm
awesome.
charged up, ready to go do my seminar over here.
Nice. Good job. Well, we'll let you get to that here. We're going to get you out of here on time today. And man, I like I said, I'm fired up, and that's what I was looking forward to. Help the screen print Q&A thing, the helping, and I think that's what I love about where the industry's heading. We're kind of
Absolutely.
You feel some change. You see some younger generation folks coming in, and I would put Pete in there. He'd taken over his father's business. We had Eric on with us not too long ago, taking over his family business, and some people are starting up their own businesses, and it's so cool to see the passion, the enthusiasm, and that doesn't mean we're always all going to get along. That's okay. But we're all going to have a passion for what we do. And I think at the end of the day, we all want to help each other too, though. So, even though we don't get along all the time, we still want to help, and we still want to be there for each other. So it's really cool. And,
for all those business owners out there, that kind of passion and enthusiasm, that is reflected all through your company. So every company culture is a reflection of the owner or manager. So keep that in mind, and being like Pete's a good way to be.
Absolutely. All right, Terry. Well, let's hit a quick commercial here, and then we'll kind of wrap this up so we can get you off to your class here. And who are we going to hear a word
from our sponsor, Equipment Zone.
Oh, thank you. Maybe. Okay.
Our show today is sponsored by Equipment Zone. Go to equipmentzone.com for the Epson F2000 direct-to-garment printer. Equipment Zone is the only Epson reseller who sends a technician to every customer location for training. This is an absolutely free visit to your location. Equipment Zone is also the manufacturer of the #1 pre-treat machine in the industry, the Speed Treater TX. With no compressor and no special tanks, the Speed Treater TX is the easiest and most consistent pre-treat machine available worldwide. Go to equipmentzone.com for the Epson F2000, the Speed Treater TX, and for all your DTG inks and supplies. That's equipmentzone.com. That's equipmentzone.com. All right. Well, thanks to Equipment Zone. And as I mentioned before, I'm 5 minutes away from going in and doing a DTG Academy for the folks at Equipment Zone. So, Aaron, what do you have coming up? I know you have a special announcement.
Yeah, you got 7 minutes, man. Just slow your roll there, dude. No, all right. So you shared with us what you've got going on. I'll be quick and brief about what I've got going on. One thing I'm really excited about is, I've been doing my small business Saturdays. It's almost been a year now that I started that. Apparently, I saw. But if you go over to aaronmontgomery.info/SBS video, or you can find it on my personal Facebook page, which is facebook.com/aaronmontgomery.info. And every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, talk about different business topics. Just kind of wrapped up a 5-part series on developing your business plan. And I was looking through kind of my own personal business plan and realized that of that 5-part series, there was a section that is also important that I feel like I missed. So it's on your operational plan. And I thought to myself, who is the best operational guy that I know? And then I noticed, hey, I got this podcast guy that I do this podcast thing with. And so anyhow, Terry's going to join me tomorrow morning, and we're going to talk about your operational plan and your business plan. So I'm super excited to bring Terry over to that. You've helped me with this before, so I appreciate that, and I appreciate you jumping on tomorrow.
Absolutely.
October 17th, I'm going to be part of the Essential Small Business Strategies session that they're doing at SGIA. And I'm the headliner, apparently, because I'm the last guy on the ticket. But marketing your business online is going to happen in that session. And then on Friday, October 19th, I will be hosting a seminar called Digital Marketing, Growing Your Business with Social Media and Email Marketing. So that's on Friday, October 19th at 10:30 a.m. out there in Las Vegas. So looking forward to seeing everybody out there. Terry, I think we've got 5 things left here, and then we're just going to close it up. So if you want to head off, I will take 5 things and let you get a second to get prepared before your class starts in 5 minutes.
Fantastic. Thanks. Goodbye, everybody.
All right, everybody. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for getting there with us. Terry says, I'm out, guys. Got to move the products from CMO Screen Printing Supply. Have a great weekend. So, Terry, thanks for joining us and checking it out. Yeah, missed another one. We can agree to disagree. And that's totally fine. And yes, good thing about our industry. All right, let's do 5 things, guys. This comes from our friend and show producer, Eric Campbell. And you can find him over at ericcampbell.com. And here is his 5 things. 5 things to help you make the best of a class or seminar. Number 1, arrive early, particularly if you have a hard time seeing or hearing what's going on up front. Get in early and grab your favorite seat. Be ready with drinks or snacks or whatever you need to stay focused. Moreover, many instructors will take some questions or talk a bit about the session while they get ready. So, good chance to kind of build that rapport. So arrive early is number 1. Number 2, take notes. Though it's nice to store your notes in the cloud, do like Terry and take these notes analog. Okay, he is right. Yep, take notes, write it out. It's been shown that in engaging more brain and aids with memory if you pick up a pen or pencil and have to process the session down to concise notes on the fly. Even if the instructor gives you a handout, taking your own notes will help you organize your thoughts and keep on top of things that may have dawned on you during the session. Very good advice, though I would like to do digital myself, but no, very good advice, Eric. Number 3, talk to your fellow decorators. Just like we did here with Pete, we got to share information. A large chunk of the value of these sessions is gathering in the sessions to talk with like-minded decorators who want to improve. Ask your neighbors something about their shop and start the conversation, especially at larger trade shows where people visit with a wide range of locals. You may find a friend who isn't competition, but who is experienced in decorating and could be a great inspiration. Even shops with a similar skill level to your own can offer fresh perspectives you may not have expected. So that's number 3. Number 4, bring specific questions. If you are part of the crew, people who hangs out after the seminar or ones who come up with voice, and then there's a high likelihood you'll be able to ask a direct question of your instructor, particularly if the instructor has lost time for a Q&A session. Having specific, well thought out questions from the audience is a benefit to the speaker and allows you to get your particular issues resolved on your questions or your questions answered. Sorry, I'm reading these from Eric, so apologize for messing a few of those up, but we'll get these posted online. Number 5, find your one thing. All it takes is one small improvement on your process to pay for almost any of the seminar fees. Look for that one value tip in every session. So great 5 things. Thank you, Eric, so much for bringing that to us. Like I said, we'll get that in the show notes as we get that posted over at tworegularguys.com. And we have come to the close of another show. So I'd like to thank Eric Campbell, who's helped us as a producer. Again, ericcampbell.com. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, the Specialty Graphics Imaging Association and Equipment Zone. So get over to both of those sites and check them out. We appreciate their continued support. As Terry mentioned at the top, we are going to be broadcasting live from the ISS show in Fort Worth next week. There will not be a live video session. We're just going to be recording audio there. So not a good enough internet connection to do live video from the show floor. But if you are at ISS Fort Worth, please come by the Impressions booth at 4 p.m. on Friday, and that is booth 1041. So it is going to be a great time, and then we'll get that posted at a podcast. I'm sure I will be bringing some live videos via my pages, my Instagram, etc. So just reach out to us. I'll tell you where to find us and let me know what you want to see if you can't make it out to Fort Worth. I get to spend the day there on Friday and only have a couple of appointments, so have plenty of time to check things out. So let me know what you want to see. And but mainly get to ISS and come say hi back in the Impressions booth. We want to have you on the show. If not just to say hi, but tell us a little bit about your business. Tell us what you've got going on. Bring that enthusiasm, bring that Pete level enthusiasm. So that's it for this week. We will catch you guys in a couple of weeks back here on live video, but make sure to tune in to the podcast version for the Impressions show next week. Awesome. All right, guys, checking out. Thank you for listening to Two Regular Guys. Check out our website at tworegularguys.com. That's the number 2, regularguys.com. You can also interact with us over at our Facebook page, facebook.com/tworegularguys, or send us a tweet, twitter.com/tworegularguys. And we have a YouTube page. You can find all that from our website, tworegularguys.com. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to spending some time with you again next week.